right.
No, I think you're completely right. And while you're people who can't forgive don't really move on because that's always in their heart. You're giving the person who caused whatever the issue was the power. You're not keeping the power to yourself.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think it's wonderful that you advocated for him. I'm glad he showed remorse. To me, I find it difficult with people who don't show remorse. But I mean, that
Hmm.
person has to live with that the whole of their life. They have a life
I
sentence of that.
I know, and you know what's so interesting that you said that is, my daughter Amber and I, the day that he was paroled, we were there, and when we left the court area, the court, all that sentencing stuff,
Hmm.
she looked at me and she said, "Mom," I love how she said this. She said, "Mom, now he is free to live in the world that you and I do with the same life sentence."
How old was she when she said that?
Isn't that so powerful? See, he's no longer in bars, just like we aren't in any physical bars, but we are still out in this world to live with a life sentence. We both have a life sentence,
Abs-
and
It's just not one behind bars
yep,
in his
and
case.
yeah, like
So
I
how
can't
old was she when she said
imagine.
that? How old was she when she said that?
20.
You see, that's such wisdom for somebody of that age, too.
She she is, and she is just so, oh, she's so impressive to me because um, when she was younger, she was like a sponge. She would just soak up. I mean, even when it came to driving, like she would watch me pull out slightly into an intersection, and she'd say, "Mom, why did you pull out just a little bit?" And I would say, "Well, see, when the light's this color, and then you've got oncoming traffic, if you want to turn, you have to pull out just a little bit, and then you wait for that car to pass, and then you check everything, and then you turn." Like she would ask such questions and soak it up. And
I think that's wonderful. I mean, I really do. Let's get on to Brittany's Bridge because time is not our friend as usual. 25 minutes is not good. So tell me what a mental health advocate is.
yeah, so probably the biggest thing that I want people to understand with when you very first come in, and you are partnered with a mental health advocate, is it is our job without unbiased, no judgment zone, no shame, anything at all like that. What we help people do is to truly just take a look at how they have found themselves in the situation that they're in. And one of the ways that we do this is, we really help people look at themselves physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I think that that's probably, if there's anything that I can really educate people and I'm really trying to rally people around, is that everyone comes to this ledge of suicide. Everyone comes to the depths of grief and the darkness and the feeling stuck so differently. We all can find ourselves there very differently. Some people, an example that I like to use is, you can have someone who broke their own moral code. They did something that they felt they would never do, and it's unforgivable in their own mind. And so they find themselves in a place where they're contemplating suicide. And it has nothing to do with childhood trauma, it has nothing to do with something physical like thyroid disease. But then we might have somebody else come through into Brittany's Bridge, and the mental health advocate sits down and evaluates with them. And this could be someone who's deeply spiritual and kind and prays and does all of these things, and yet they're struggling with suicide. And so we're able to help them look for themselves at, hey, is there maybe something physical going on? Do you have some kind of physical thing that's happening? Is it bipolar? Is it thyroid? Something like that. Um, it's so important that the person can look in and evaluate for themselves without any judgment.
Yeah. It's judgment
And really,
it's judgment that's the killer in all these things, isn't it? People expect to be judged just because of the way
yes,
society is these days.
yes.
Okay.
And so I love to say that if you and I were driving in our car today and the check engine light came on, we've been trained that that check engine light means pay attention, take your car in, get a checkup, right? Get it tuned, whatever. And that's what I want Brittany's Bridge to be, is a place where when those thoughts of suicide are going off, that you come in right away and you say, hey, I don't know why. I don't know why I found myself here, but let's just check it out.
That's a phenomenal analogy, and I think one that everybody at some point in their life has needed to do, and so often there is nobody or nowhere to go to have that done. You can't just pop into a car dealership because it's not that sort of thing. It's so much deeper. Well, we are again out of time. I could speak to you for weeks. I really could, because I think the content that you have is so important. Can you go over your how to reach you? Because I think you could be getting a lot of calls or emails or content on your website.
You betcha. So again, if you want to know just about my story, my programs, and my book, all that, it's JenniferTracyInspire.com. And that is just, again, my personal business. But as far as the advocacy, or if someone who's listening has a heart for those in the community that are struggling and they want to get involved with this, please reach out to me as well. And that is at brittany'sbridge.org. So it's BRITTANYS bridge, BRIDGE.org. And you can connect with me at either one of those sites. And again, Sue, thank you so much. I know that you've got quite the story and you are an overcomer yourself. And it's just such an honor to know you. And thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, because, as I said to you, not many people have escaped through life this far without really needing the services of a full checkup when they get to a place of despair, even if they don't know the reason for it. So thank you very, very much. I know you will be helping thousands and thousands of people. If you have any questions or comments, or would like to know more about a guest on our show, please contact me at overtheedgesue@gmail.com. That's overtheedgesue, S-U-E at the end, at gmail.com. It has 2 E's in the middle. It looks pretty strange, but it is right. And following on from the discussions that we've just had in the last 2 programs, please do not judge others unless you can walk in their shoes, for you have no idea what has brought them to the place that they are now in. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing your story and your wisdom and your solutions. And I look forward to meeting you very soon. Take care.
Thank you, Sue. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.